Welcome back to Madison Noteworthy. I'm one of your hosts, Mike Victorson. Today we're here welcoming in Dan Guerra to the program.
Thank you very much.
Dan, great to see you. Why don't you kick us off by just telling us a little bit about your story?
Yeah, so I'm a local entrepreneur here. I've had a couple businesses and done various nonprofit activities, but my most recent one is a company called AltusCampus. And so we're a platform that delivers online continuing medical education. So we help healthcare professionals track and meet their licensing requirements.
So there's a lot of people that need help with education, staying on top of licensure. What was some of the motivation that got you as an entrepreneur connected to this issue?
Yeah, so I'm a software guy, and I love creating great spaces where people interact right online. And I ended up connecting with a handful of doctors who really saw a vision for healthcare and the importance of improving outcomes through education. And so with our software and with part of their vision, we were able to create AltusCampus. And today we serve over 9,000 users. So that's really impressive for us.
Talk a little bit about kind of what went well, maybe some things that didn't, obstacles that came up that you had to push through as an entrepreneur.
Yeah, I think the one thing that a lot of people don't realize is how many no's an entrepreneur hears and how much failure they have to achieve, And I'm kind of one of these guys that says, you know what, no just means a yes down the road someplace, so let's go figure out how to do it. And ultimately the success for us wasn't my great idea or invention, but it was bringing a lot of people to the table who are a lot smarter than I am and helping us get the right job done. My rule of thumb is that if I'm the smartest guy in the room, something's wrong. I got to find the smartest people to help me get the goal done.
So Dan, for people tuning in, sometimes really some of the most powerful stuff can be if you either have advice from what you've learned in being an entrepreneur, or maybe even talk about a mentor and why that mentor was important to you.
I would say that very little of what I learned has been out of a textbook, but most of it has been through experience. But probably some of the most important advice that I've gotten is through the people that really looked out for me and were willing to mentor me and tell me what I was doing wrong. And I remember a mentor of mine 10, 12 years ago saying, you Y-Geners, you guys just don't get it. Millennials do not understand how to do business today. He goes, put the text messaging down, go out and build relationships. And I listened to that advice and I went out and I emailed all the chamber board members at the time and all the Madison notable guys that I knew at the time. And almost every one of them replied to me, and I said, all I want to do is build a relationship with you and just have you know who I am and vice versa. And that was one of the most important pieces of advice that I ever received, because it allowed me to achieve a lot of things that I wouldn't have been able to do without those relationships.
Very nice. And maybe that dovetails a little bit into another question just about Madison. Reflect for us a little bit and maybe even think about what you're seeing now. What's it like to be an entrepreneur in Madison? And why Madison, if you were maybe making that pitch to somebody?
Why Madison is a challenging proposition from time to time, because there's a lot of things that Madison doesn't have, and we talk about all the great things that it does have. But really, the reason that I believe in Madison is that I believe that we can get our community stakeholders to really buy into entrepreneurialism and support it. And so whether it's an exact sciences building downtown or economic redevelopment for the Isthmus or the East Side, those are what help us build a really great place and how we maintain a really great place that we've built together. And so I just want to be part of it, and I want to continue moving us forward so we can compete against the Chicagos and Milwaukees and everybody else.
Well, Dan, this has been truly our pleasure for you to spend some time in Noteworthy with us. And Madison, thank you so much for tuning in to this latest episode. We'll see you next time.